Okay, so this is actually part two. I'd like to thank our one true creator for allowing me to speak about this. And I hope that this communication reaches everybody that it needs to. So I'm going to be talking about China, but I'm going to introduce this part two with kind of where the news is at with Trump right now. So you can see the levels of, and this is the cover page to my video, which will be for all of them. But this is about the election, 6th January. So this is indications and warning. This is Stephen Miller, very, speechwriter over in Poland. He locked in on the white Aryan Nazi, but it's Stephen Miller. So he's all of a sudden in the middle of this 6th January special date. So it's about 6th January. You just do a search on Trump and this is what you get. So this guy gets found guilty because he says he was told he followed Trump's orders. I don't know if Trump got on TV or what he did, but trust me, there were military guys involved in that operation on the 6th January access. How do people just run into the White House to break your heart if you thought this country was supposed to be secure? This guy engineered it, okay? So here he is. He won't return to Twitter. Now, Musk is a power broker for the Dracos, and Trump's doing one of these PSYOP things. He's got True Trump. He's, he's just running wild, Trump. And so these things will continue to unfold for us. He still won't call Putin evil. And I believe that what we're going to see, so I'd like to go back to China here and speak about them. So this is the opposition that Donald Trump wants to fight. I had mentioned in my previous video that on 10/10/19, the artful dealer passed along cryptocurrency, the speed of electronic currency. It's a shared thing between America and China, but they got it. I mean, they showed up and they got it. They had it anyway and they got it. So now it's on paper. In addition to that, Trump signed over food in a phased giveaway to China on behalf of our farmers. He did such a great job. So Donald did all that. Now these are the guys he's going to come back very angry at because he's got to be mad at everybody. So meanwhile, they've invented an artificial sun. And if you look at this document, you can read it. I mean, it's not from me. This is from Smithsonian Magazine. And it says that right now we use oil and natural gas. And under the guise of clean energy, this could be a replacement. So look at it as what the extraterrestrials offered to Eisenhower. And meanwhile, it's on schedule to be abused because of lack of awareness. And on the Draco side, they want to wipe out our sun, so Bill Gates can put crap in the soil and on and on. But this thing cooks 27 million degrees Fahrenheit. This is the China that Trump wants to fight. So on the biometric side of the house, we had fingerprints. They got faces. They got everybody moving. You've seen the pictures of them. The cities are just big brothered out, where they know who you are, where you're going, and where you're going behaviorally. In their own country, they have that wired. And that discipline of monitoring is projected to come over here. And it's really here already because you got a Facebook account. And you get strikes if you do things, and our freedom of speech in this country is improperly regulated because the truly disgusting stuff isn't corralled, and the stuff that we should be allowed to speak about gets you in trouble. And that's a very fundamental problem about our freedom of speech over these electrons. But at the upper levels, they do want to hear our opinion, so they can, because of our opinion, it's allowed to happen. That's the simultaneous participation that we have now because of our enlightenment. Our lights are now lit, and they want to figure out ways to put you back. So this is the artificial sun part. Sam the Illusionist channeled this a couple of weeks ago, so we know that it's a known capability, and it's got an agenda under the guise of clean energy. So that's one thing. Okay, so this is an example of the Chinese, just the projection of their humanity and their program onto the world stage. This is 2015. Okay, now we did a future concepts document at USSOCOM in 1998 with the best brains we had in a free country to give ideas about what the special operations guys could be doing in 20 years, given whatever the world might look like, and we came up with ideas. And one of them was the distributed team that's a part of the scene. So I'd like to transition your mind to this. This is 2015. They owned a third of Vancouver's real estate market. I traveled there in 2016, and I'm going to tell you what, they're rocking and rolling. The real estate posters are in Mandarin, and they saturate the malls, they own the stores, they run it. And the 5-bedroom homes out there, wherever suburbs are Airbnb'd out by these people because they're really smart, and they've got it all covered. Now, when the mothership of China calls out for, okay, the reason we let you out is because we want to execute our plan because we know what we're doing. And they'll go, yeah, I'm here. You trusted me, I'm trusting you. And there's the border to the United States. So let's move over to Chatham, north of Detroit. And we'll switch nationalities. And we will go Mahmoud al-Sisi, capable from Islamic push through anti-ISIS, just hatred, the Islamic hatred, and the bearded wondership got pushed through Syria, through Turkey, into Europe, and there's enough of them by the thousands that are just waiting for progress along their doctrinal lines. And they're in Chatham, and they were in England with their hatchets to tell the police officers that we're going to have our day. So that's the Islamic element. That is, it's humans that are straddling the border to go hand to hand with an understanding of what they're supposed to do. And they are all over Europe, as are the atomic weapons that are all over possession, where you bet that the dark side has got its Henry Kissinger, Madams and Saddams. And you bet that Mahmoud al-Sisi is an intel guy that says, okay, we're going to get to play, and we have to do damage to project our power, because he wants his peace, and he's going to get a chance. And if we allow all this to come to pass, that's what will occur. So in the case of this, to further give examples, last year, when Hong Kong blew up, all the Australian Chinese exchange guys came out of their shells and had a staring contest past the masks, shining smartphones on each other to report back. So there's an internal, strife in China about what's going on in Hong Kong, just to disturb the, it's an indicator of disturbing the ants and where it could go. So along comes the United States now to go an exercise last week, 2 weeks ago. We decide we have to go back to the Philippines and push a bunch of ground stuff in Luzon that's had nothing United States cooking on it since we pulled out of Subic Bay, with an opportunity to go to Oyster Bay, which is on the west side of Palawan. And we kind of hiccuped on that, left the Filipinos to their own devices, and Duterte gets the blame for that. He's in another club, that guy. Duterte's in this senatorium electus crap that Trump was in, Miley was in, Duterte's in it. These kings and queens of all over the world. It's a blue-blooded outfit, and somehow Duterte got in. So, the Philippines is a special place strategically. You got to go back to Lemuria and the Naga and everything else. But right now, the United States is crawling around on Luzon again, all ready for the next Bataan Death March. And the Chinese just sailed their ships. They breathed a little bit. Said, okay, oh, you think we crossed the line? Well, we don't think so, so make us stop. That's where China's at right now. So to transition to another subject, let's talk